So today we are going to start chapter 11, Hydrosphere. Now, what is the meaning of the word hydrosphere? Hydrosphere is a combined mass of water found on the earth's surface such as ocean, rivers, streams, lakes, in the atmosphere and ground. So both the places we can find the hydrosphere. They are in the form of oceans, rivers, streams and lakes. Now the main sources of water. Are the main sources through which we get water? They are ocean water, water on land, underground water and water in the atmosphere. Now let us discuss about the ocean water. As we know that 97% of the earth's water supply is in the oceans, which are unfit for human consumptions. Why? Because of the presence of the salt content. We have only 0.3% of the surface water, that is, and 0.66% of underground water that is fit for like you may say fit for drinking. So other water, though we have 97% of water on the earth's surface, but they are not fit for consumptions. So only we have 0.3% surface water and 0.66% underground water for drinking purpose or utility purpose. Now water on land. Now water on land is the result of precipitation or seepage from the underground, which form the streams and rivers flowing on the ground and finally joining the sea. Now underground water. The water from precipitation, that is from rain or snow, falls on the surface. Now some of the water they evaporates and rest sinks into the soil. Now the water which gets collected under the surface of the land, that is known as underground water. You already know what is an underground water. Now water in atmosphere. Now the water is also present in the form of vapors in the air, which gives rise to humidity. Now water evaporates from the ocean and other water bodies due to heating of the surface of the water. So when the surface of the water gets heated up, they evaporate and water vapors, it condenses forming clouds or fog and finally precipitate, causing snowfall and rainfall. So this is how water is present in the atmosphere and it provides us with precipitation in the form of snow and rain. Now all the water on the earth is connected and is constantly moving. Now the movement of the ocean takes place in three different ways: through waves, currents and tides. Now these waves, currents and tides we will be discussing in this chapter. So the main highlights of the chapters are related to the waves, currents and tides. Now you must have visited a sea beach or you must have seen sea waves. So what are specially the waves? Waves are oscillatory movement in water manifested by an alternate rise and fall of the sea surface. Now these moving ridge-like curves on the surface of the sea mainly produced by winds on the surface of the oceans. So this is how the waves are formed. These waves are formed because of the movement of the winds on the surface of the ocean. Now let us discuss about the tides. What are tides? The rise and the fall of sea water due to gravitational force of the sun and the moon are called tides. So these are basically, tides are affected by the gravitational force of both the sun and the moon. Now the factors that causes these tides. Tides are caused by the gravitational pull of the moon and to some extent by the pull of the sun, which is far from the earth. Now the moon, though small, is very near to the earth and exerts a strong gravitational pull on the earth. As the moon rises later each by 50 minutes, than the day before. The high tides occur later each day. Now, naturally, the water of the earth that is nearest to the moon will be pulled by the moon's gravitational force. Now, it results in high tides. So, the water bodies that are nearer, that comes nearer to the moon, they feel the attraction more. Uh, they get more pulled by the gravitational force, and it results in high tides. Now here actually what happens, the earth rotates. Okay, the earth rotates from west to east and it revolves round the sun, following an elliptical orbit. Now similarly the moon also rotates from west to east and it revolves round the earth along an elliptical orbit, so that the distance between the moon and the earth, it changes during different times every month. Now the period of furthest distance, when the earth is furthest, that is the furthest distance from the moon, the earth is called apogee, which while the period of nearest distance is called perigee. Means what happens when the earth is at the lowest distance, less distance mm, from the moon, the earth is at less distance from the moon, that particular position is known as perigee, and when it is furthest it is known as apogee. So there are two terms that is given to you. Now the surface of the earth facing the moon, it experiences heavy maximum gravitational force. Now while it will be minimum at the opposite sides of the earth, that I have already told you. So this is all about the factors that are responsible for causing the tides. For this particular, you may refer to page number 83 and read that particular page to understand in a better way. Now if we talk about the nature of the tides. Now two tides and ebbs are experienced twice at every place on the earth's water surface in 24 hours. So we experience two tides, that is high tides and low tides. Now when the sun, the earth and the moon are in the same line, sun, earth and the moon are in the same line, their gravitational forces work together. So high tides are formed because of the maximum gravitational force. Now how low tides are formed? When the sun and the moon are at the position of right angle with reference to the earth, the gravitational forces of the sun and the moon work against each other and hence low tides are formed. Now see here, the sun, the moon and the earth, they come in a same straight line, that is same line. Then the gravitational force work together and here high tides are formed. And this you see in this picture, you can see the sun, earth and the moon, they form a right angle. Okay, so here low tides are formed. Now, if we talk about the periodicity of the tides, on an average, every place experiences tides twice a day. In a day, we have the tides twice. Now, since the earth completes its rotation roughly 24 hours, every place should experience tide after 12 hours. But it does not happen. Why? Because each day tide is delayed by 26 minutes. And what is the reason behind it? Because the moon also rotates on its axis. See, earth completes its rotation and also the moon rotates on its own axis, so there is a variation of 26 minutes while revolving round the earth. Okay, now since the earth rotates from west to east, the tide center, what happens? The center of the tide shifts where? Shifts westward. Now when the tide center completes one round, the moon's position is ahead of the tide center by that particular time. Now the moon also revolves round the earth, which with the result the tide center takes another 52 minutes to come under the moon. Thus particular tide center takes how much? 24 hours 52 minutes to come under the moon, but by that time there is another tide that is on the opposite side of the referred tide center, and this happens after every 12 or 26 minutes. So this is the periodicity of the tides. Now, the oceanic tides, they are caused due to the tide producing forces of the sun and the moon. Now, there is a lot of temporal and the spatial variation in the tide producing forces because of different position of the sun and the moon with the earth. Now, because of this variation in the intensity of the tide producing forces, several tides are caused. Now, the two most important tides are spring tides and the neap tides. Now, the spring tides, these tides are of the greatest range and produced when the earth, sun and the moon are almost in the same straight line. So, they occur when the earth, sun and the moon are in the same straight line. Whereas the neap tide, they occur at the time of the uh, they occur at the time of the first and the last quarters of the moon in relation to the earth, sun and the moon are at the right angles to each other. So when the earth, sun and the moon, they are at the right angle to each other, neap tides are formed, and when the sun, earth and the moon, they are in a straight line, then the spring tides are formed. Now here what happens in the spring tides, the high tides is very high and the low tides are very low. Whereas in the nape tides, what happens, the high tides is lower and the lower tide is higher than the normal times. Okay, so this is the spring tide and the neap tide. Now children, for this you have to refer page number 84 in your textbook and read the paragraphs of spring tide and neap tide.